G'day, I'm Owen. We're jumping straight into a game. Let me just get this booted up. And this one, I'm going to just see how the game goes. And we are loaded and started. Let me just make sure that you can see that. There we go. We are in. And I might be working on some settings here, but it looks like we have a 3v3. That is correct. And I'll have a look at some of these names. And we start with, get rid of the fog of war. Bjorka. At least that's what their name's going to be, Bjorka. And we've got Sargento. Now, I know I'm butchering these names, but I gotta call them something. Let's scroll in a little. And who do we have here? We've got the number man. Another number man. So we got red and teal. We got the bug. Thank you for giving me a name I can pronounce. And send feet pics. Now, I'm not judging here. Not judging at all. But now I have been encouraged to try and I'll fix the grass, and now I'm going to work on some other things too. So, getting into this F1 menu. And you get to see, where is it? Map control. Is it? Well, let's just, I will muck around a little bit with that. Territory. So we don't have too much to look at the moment, but you do get to see, I can then click in on these, but I don't want that there all the time on the mini-map. That will be frustrating, so let me just fix that. And I'll probably, do I want enemy colors? No, I want those colors, so now let's get back into it. So this is early game. Let's just see what happens in 3v3. Very interesting map. Now, all these maps are mirrored. So what you see on one side, you will see on the other, except it is inverted. And again, that is the fun part of the game. Because war selection, and I say it all the time, and this is for those that don't know the game, everyone starts off basically in the Stone Age. I thought that ball was going to charge the scout then. And then you slowly work your way up. But as you work your way up, you get to choose which technology tree that you will use. And therefore, it just makes it a totally blind game. Now, and maybe that's why I like it. Because in most strategy games I play, I always go random. And some people say they don't like that because you're just going to be a cheeser. Probably in StarCraft 2, that's the case with me. I might do a bit more cheese than most. However, sorry, just something in the throat there. I don't think that's necessarily true. I'm never going to be world champion. I mean, I'm probably not even the best in my own household, for goodness sakes. So my point being is, you've got to play the way you enjoy and have some fun. And if you enjoy trying different strategies, then happy days. If you do want to become a professional gamer, then you better settle in and consider it a job, because that's what it takes. And the fun goes out of it then, because you have to, watch the meta and do timing attacks and everything like that. And they know that game inside and out, those professionals. And nothing really surprises them in the sense of what they plan to do. They might be surprised by what someone else does, but yeah, anyway, that's just a rant. I should focus back in on this particular game. We're kicking off with just the standard. Ooh, that's sneaky, because that colour is so close to the red. That pink and red, and they're opposite each other. Oh, what a pain that would be. The worker's chasing the scout right to the corner of the map, and we're going to have a bit of a hit there on the scout with the worker. I don't think that's all that efficient, but that's okay. Chasing the scout back to where he's going to get some slings thrown at him. And this worker, it just does not like this scout, and they're just going to get them. Look at this, chasing him down. Give them the good old... Oh, they're still into it. The scout just keeps stopping. The scout could probably run away, but the scout just says, I'm enjoying this. Give me another one. It's like... And he stops again. He's just loving it. Probably for not too much longer. Oh, he's going to get one more shot and then the scout's down. Is he going to stop or is he going to run? He's got the speed. No, he stops. Oh, he's going to get one more shot. And down it goes. Now this worker has run a long way from home just to take out that one scout. Interesting strategy. But now here we have fishing over here by one of our number players. And also already getting into the next level, and so has the bug. The bug is moving on. Now I'm trying to be totally unbiased here, but I do like the colour purple. It is a bit cold here. Sorry, just had to... Now we have serious amount of workers here for our purple player. Let's just have a look at the bug. Definitely got production. Pumping out. Could upgrade a few. Our player up here, Sargento. I really don't know how that is pronounced, but doing the classic, using the houses to put in a bit of a wall, but they've also put their main building right in the back corner. Now that is interesting because that is your building that you have to defend, and there's a good possibility here that I suppose what I'm saying is there's a good possibility that if the other two teammates get taken out, which I don't know if that happens in this game, but then you could perhaps set up a bit of a siege bit and defend it. But we'll see. We'll see how this one pans out. Whereas, pardon me. Whereas our player here, the bug, he's just got his just behind this tree line. Now once you get rid of that tree line, then your main building is open. And it doesn't take that long to go through the trees. So that is an interesting strategy. Our player here has got it inside the tree line, but also has their main building just sitting there. Hidden some houses down the back here by our number player, but left our main building up on the ridge. But mind you, to get to that, you've still got a long way to go, but for some reason, not wanting to put the houses in the main city. Our red player has just basically built a little mini city, not spreading out too far. And where do we have our building here? Yeah, a little bit further back, but also there are areas where an army could just come through and attack this building. And so your placement of your main building is fairly critical. You do want to put some thought into where you're placing it. Of course, if you're new to the game, that's the last thing you're thinking about. You're just trying to work out what you're building and what the units are and all of that. Now let's just see on the minimap anything of... Look at the territory. It's all fairly even. A little bit of war there, but that was only the scouts. Holy dolly, we got the mammoth! Why did they go after the mammoth? They've got the archers, taken down the mammoth. Oh, the poor mammoth. But how much food? $1,700 food. That's a significant amount of meat deposit there. So I'd be putting a little thing to gather them up if I could. Walls coming in for our bug worker, and he's also got some archers, so we're looking pretty good there. You're starting to see fight pits Early archer skirmish. The bug against Sargento. This deer, it wants to get involved. No, it doesn't. It's running away, but shaking out the... I think Sargento's archers are going to go down, and now they're getting flanked by our player. Just here. Send feet picks. Don't know how I feel about that. Oh, I do have some fairly attractive feet. So send feet picks if you are interested. On, maybe right amount of money, I might send you some feet picks. But we see Sargento here is being pushed back by Mr. Feet and the bug. Still sending in units, but there's a lot more units coming in for Sargento. So now here is the interesting point. Do we have enough numbers? But we got two armies taking on one. I just don't know if these are good trades now for Sargento. Maybe the idea would be to hold back, but still sending in units. But the bug has retreated, and Sargento is still sending units through. And so here we go. Mr. Feet has had to turn around and run away, and I wonder if they thought, well, and this is why I was focusing on the archers there. But our number player, our blue number player, is pouring into the bug, and his building, as I stated, is just here. They really need to defend that, but with the horsemen they've got, we're only dealing with archers. We could possibly see these archers by our teal player, or light blue. It's more light blue. Light blue could be going down. These horses will take out these archers so quickly, and we do have archers backing them up. But now up the top here, we've got archers trading, but now we've got legionaries coming out, and that is chasing these archers back. So we are seeing quite the interesting technology trades, basically. One unit can swing the whole battle because, well, they are more powerful. And as we see, the bug is able to push out on our number player here. And so whilst they were right in amongst the middle of the city, they've been held quite nicely there by the bug. And we have Mr. Feet now pushing forward on Sargento. Mr. Feet. These legionaries are just chewing through. Now it's all happening in the top half of the map here. Not much at the moment happening down between red and the pink player, purple player. Not purple. But anyway, you get my point. Down the bottom end of the map, we just have a bit of building up going. So now let's just check. If we look at territory, yeah, so we can... Everything looks... see, army for the bug is significantly higher than most. Workers, everything is fairly even. But the legionaries are now getting close and right in amongst Sargento's town. The legionaries are tanky against archers particularly. But there's not enough archers following up here for Mr. Feet. Now, blue number player still going with archers, but look at how many archers the bug has. And so these poor blokes aren't going to last too much longer. And we got more horses coming out. So more horsemen. And you just see what they do to those archers. Now the bug could push up on high ground, but now we've got an attack coming down here. So our red player, Biorka. Oh, they're going for the workers. And the problem with this is the colours are so close, it's hard to differentiate, but it looks like these workers are running for their lives. And Bjorka is chasing them down. This will be quite interesting. It's hard to pick who's who, but it looks like our red player here, our red numbers. No, it's not. And it is seeming that Bjorka is going to take down the number player. But what's happening up the top? The Bug and Mr. Feet have decided, well, we might lose the bottom section of the map, but we're going to take out the person up the top end. And they are getting in and amongst it, but old Sajenko. Well, they're doing significantly well at holding. We had some workers there for Mr. Feet. Not sure exactly what they were up to, but the thing is, this is not over. We've only got barracks. We've got a fight in the middle of the map between a blue number player and the Bug. But down here, they're chasing it. This building is surrounded and they are going to protect it. So much is happening in this game. This has turned into 3 1v1s all across the map. Still, the battle is for this hill, but I would say that the Bug is getting on top of our number player here. Sajenko. Oh, are they going to hold? Can they hold? The Legionaries. And we've just got so many more archers. I think Sajenko's in trouble here. Back on this hill, we see the Bug is pushing our number player down the hill. We see these archers just cannot stand, and they're still coming in. They're pouring in. They are doing the damage by taking out some of the horses, but still, the Bug can just stand on top of this hill now and do this exchange, do this trade, because they have so many more. They're not reinforcing, though. So the numbers will start dwindling for the Bug. And then, are we seeing that happen before our eyes? Possibly. We got a red player. Bjorka just running through. Like, I don't know what they were doing, but they were having the time of their lives. But we are now seeing the tide turn. I did not expect that to happen. Now, we still have our number player here holding, just holding. What is happening with Sajenko? This building, if they get through there, they'll be in and amongst it. Sajenko is just saying, right, I need to defend here. There's not much more I can do. So they've built a wall of houses, and they're building all these Guardian towers. Let's just see. It's looking down here. It's what I suspected is happening on this hill. Our number player has just taken out all of the bugs. And yes, we do have a loss down the bottom section of the map. So now we have... It's a 3v2. And so Mr. Feet and the Bug have to push. They can no longer sit by and wait, because now we've got two armies coming in on the Bug. These Legionaries Are they going straight for the main building, perhaps? At this stage, they've run past it, but maybe that's just a scout. Trying to thin out the static defenses, the Guardian Towers, because the archers, well, they would not enjoy that at all. Still units flooding in. It's Legionaries. They're going to go down. I thought they were going to get that house, but I don't think so now. It's going to be close, though. It's going to jump up to the top end of the map. Going to see if this house goes down. Oh, no, they managed to hold it. And they are holding these archers back from swarming in. So these static defenses are working, but what's happening up the top here? We're not seeing a good thing here for Sajchenko. He's having to run back with workers. We've got archers now right in and amongst the main part of the town for Sajchenko. This could even up the game. We could be going back to a 2v2. They are just running through, getting past all these Guardian Towers, and that's a smart move. Sending in Legionaries. These Legionaries get past, and they could go for the main building. Let's just see what happens. Oh, but we got Guardian Towers being built. Now, can they get there? Can they stop these going up? So the Legionnaries are running in. We've only got 2 workers. If they stop these workers building this Guardian Tower, then there's nothing at the back here to defend. Have they seen it? Yes, they have. This Guardian Tower's not going to go up. Oh, they've got 1 worker still building the Guardian Tower. They missed taking out the 2nd worker. Is that going to make a difference, though? Have they just said, forget the Guardian Tower? We're going straight for Sajchenko's main building. I think that could be the play. This is going to be it. Sajchenko is gone. We have a 2v2. But now the question is, can the bug hold this attack? Look at all these archers down here. They have been wiped out. We got workers being attacked left, right, and center. But now, Mr. Feet can come down and help defend. So Bjorka, they're upgrading. Bjorka and numbers against Mr. Feet and the bug. It's not just bug, it's the bug. More archers coming in, but the bug held. And now they are pushing back strongly. Again, we're going to be fighting over this hill. And now, the bug doesn't have to worry about what's happening at the top because Mr. Feet has got that covered. And look at them just now pushing up. They've got upgraded units. Now, Mr. Numbers Man is still a little bit behind as regards that, but here come some upgraded squaddos. You bring your squaddo, I'll bring my squaddo, and we'll sort this out. Oh, Mr. Feet, he's got 2 units, and he's saying, I'll chase this squad down. So it's squad versus squad. Now, Numbers Man, I know it's Bjorka, I should say. Bjorka has got a bigger squad. Look at them doing the damage on those buildings, and that is just absolutely devastating there for the bug. But more squad are coming in from Mr. Feet. But they're going to need a lot more because there's just 1 little building that has to hold. They've let the squad in. Who let the squad out? Forge is going down. Now, if they turn their attention to this building. But we got squad on squad. And I think we've now got the numbers coming in from Mr. Feet. And they've held. Now, this squad are going to do some damage. They're going to get a couple more buildings, perhaps. No, they've decided to take this battle, but that's one they cannot win with those numbers. But now we have more upgraded units. Mind you, too little squad from the bug, chasing down our numbers, man. And these guys will not last too long. They're still going to pour in, though. What is Bjorka doing? They're standing back. I think you'd need to go in together, because Bug and Mr. Feet, they've now teamed up and working very well together with the squad out the front and the archers at the back. Running in with these pikemen. They're just going to run into a wall of squad, and then they're getting a shower of arrows rain down on them. But here we go. Bjorka's now said, let's do this. I'm going to get to the back line with the archers. So the squad have gone to the front, and now they've sent in some squad to get to the archers. Oh, but there's too many archers. However, Bjorka's squad has taken out Mr. Feet's squad. Now they can run down. And there are a few of them. Can they do some damage? Can they thin out the archer numbers? It's that one little squaddo from Mr. Feet has held them back, and now more squad are coming in, but the pikemen are now able to reach the archers of the bug. So Mr. Numbers against Mr. Bug. Or the bug, I should say. It is the bug. Let's just have a look. Let's check some of this. Let's look at territory. Well, there you go. I would say it's very even at the moment. Economies, they're all fairly close. Armies, ooh. Bjorka is doing quite well in that regard. So let's now get back to the action. So that. And thank you for those tips in checking some of this stuff out. I'm starting to do so because you can see a bit of an idea of what may happen in this game. And so it looks like Bjorka is doing the damage. The Heavy Knight, though, well, just can't stand up against all those pikes and squad. Now here we... The bug is starting to get the static defenses up because... Whoa, here we go. We got some mangonels, no onagars. It's hard to know with these games because I also play Age of Empires 4, so you get mangoes and all that sort of stuff. They're not throwing mangoes. It'd be great if they did throw mangoes, but yeah, the mangonels. Okay, so asking for wood or iron. Asking for iron. So, Bjorka is needing iron, so perhaps they've mined out their area. Sending in a Heavy Knight against all these pikes, not the greatest, but I suppose it is holding them back, and it is, well, with the Guardian Towers and everything, it is doing, well, goodness me. Is this Heavy Knight Dolly? How did it manage to take out all of that? And now the Onagar is a little bit undefended. That Heavy Knight won't go too far, but that was a good trade. And now down here, we've got Grenadiers. So the Grenadiers are now coming in. So we've got archers backed up with Grenadiers. And Mr. Numbers is sending him in single file. Now, I'm no great strategist, but this is a strategy game. I'm just saying, it's not always best to send in your units single file. A nice snipe there with the archers on the Onagar. There's another one up the back, but they managed to push it outside the range of the building. Of the buildings, I should say. Still single file here by Mr. Numbers. You will lose your numbers if you keep doing this. Now, they must be waypointed or something, but now Bjorka coming in with their crossbows and their squad. Clean up a few of those archers of the bug, Mr. Bug, the bug. And Mr. Feet is holding the line. We have a bit of a stalemate here just at the moment. We see Mr. Feet has built a few buildings here, but so has Bjorka. So we are going to see, I think, a bit of heavy artillery coming in from both sides now because something has to break. But I will say, and I will double check this, as this does help the army workers. Well, there you go. So the bug has a lot more workers. Production, though, it is looking at Mr. Feet. An enemy slain. Well, let's just check that out. And that makes sense because the bug has had most of the attack. Being in the middle there, most of the action has been here. But this is critical now for the bug and Mr. Feet. They've got a slight advantage and they need to press it. They need to get in and take some of these out and then get in amongst the cities of these other two. They cannot just sit and defend all day. So, and this is what they are doing. They are pushing out. And we've got quite the decisive little engagement here. The Grenadiers can thin out the numbers of these pikes. Might just turn off chat. Sorry about that. Try to keep this family friendly, but you know, I know these people are playing and emotions can get high. And in such a tough game here, but because it does look now like Mr. Bug and Mr. Feet held the line. And now they want to push back. But Mr. Numbers, you keep sending them in, just dribs and drabs. You need to group those bad boys up and then jump down, swarm them. Range is not your friend in these engagements. It is a bit cold here. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, bit of hay fever. What are we looking at? So Mr. Numbers is saying, check this out. We now have cannons. And it is taking out Bjorka's forces. Now the bug still has archers and squad and heavy knights, which I would normally say at this point in the game is just a little bit behind, except backed up by Mr. Feet's Grenadiers. It's proving a little bit good. Effective is the word I was looking for. But these onagers, they're going to just keep them back. But now what is happening over here? Let us have a look. So these cannons are doing the damage. And now the cannons are thinning out the army numbers on this hill. Thinned out the army numbers for the bug as well. But now refocusing on the buildings. I just see, and look, when I'm casting these, it's easy to cast and be critical of strategy, and I'm certainly not saying that I'm better than these guys, because if I was in this game, I would have been absolutely out a good 35 minutes ago. Yes, I would have lost before we started, but my point is that I just see if Mr. Numbers here, our numbers player, had it decided to just hold back and not run them in one by one and built the forces because they're producing enough units, but group them up and then dive in. And then you'd have two forces, whereas you can see the Bug and Mr. Feet are working very nicely together. And so they're grouping their forces where they need to and then holding the line. And now they've got a slight advantage. They're able to push forward. So these archers are now able to just, for the Bug, shoot in at the Orca's big units whilst they're trying to take out some of these tankier things that are in there, and they're being smashed by Mr. Feet's units as well. And then at the top, well, we've cleaned out a few of those units down here. And the cannons are now on top of the hill. And look at the range they've got. So now Numbers has to run forward. But running forward in these single file strategy, we've got a massive surround here by Mr. Feet. The single file strategy just is not working. So no matter where Numbers goes, he's running in to Mr. Feet's forces. And so now these archers for the Bug prove quite effective. And now as the Onagers come out, they're just getting taken down. And still we have archers. What are they attacking? They're going for that boar in the middle of the forest. I don't know why. I think we've seen this tide now turn in this game, and I'm pretty sure. Let's just have a look. I will check some of these stats. Production. We are seeing the production increase now for Mr. Feet and the Bug. Workers, definitely the advantage to our team at the top of the map. Economy, definitely, and a territory. Don't quite understand that one. It doesn't look like, well, maybe they do. But now look at the numbers here for Mr. Feet and the Bug. Definitely getting on top here, and enemies slain. See, and that's the point I'm making here, is that Mr. Numbers, it wasn't a lack of production. He was pumping out units. Well, numbers are gender neutral, so I don't know. But that player was pumping out units, but just sending them all in single file. And I think that's what turned the course of this game. But let me know what you think. You might say no, Owen. It was something different. I'd be interested to know. But we still got, what are these blokes? The Strelets coming in. They're very effective against this, but because of the numbers and what is happening around this map. Oh, we got the Trebs. It's a bit late for the Trebs, and they're good for sieging against buildings, not so good against an army swarming into your town. Not great static defense. Let's just see if the Mr. Feet is going to get in here and take this out. We've got cannons. Look at those cannons. How many cannons have we got? And down goes the Guardian Tower. I think numbers is soon to go down. The Grenadiers, look at them. We have the last throw of the dice by Mr. Numbers. He's using his workers to just throw rocks or arrows or whatever they can get their hands on. While Mr. Feet just takes down all the workers one by one. And they're pushing in now. And they're going to take down player here. Good game, though. Played well. And so if I sounded critical, I'm not. I just trying to add a bit of analysis into the cast as well. Well played. Thank you for coming. It really did make this a good game. I've thoroughly enjoyed this one. And so whilst we were seeing that happening up there, the bug was just pushing down the map as well. This game is effectively over. We got here, the Dragoons. I always find that funny because in StarCraft, the original, not StarCraft 2, but the original StarCraft, Dragoons were quite a powerful Protoss unit. Obviously based on the actual Dragoon that we would know from history. I think it was too powerful, they had to remove it out of StarCraft 2, but you can play it in co-op if you ever do that. Well, this, for me, was a good game. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I am going to buy a mic that allows me to mute, so that doesn't happen when I'm casting. But yeah, a bit of hay fever. Always a bit of a struggle when you're right into a game and you can't stop. So this is the final bit for Bjorka. They were going European. They had a few options there. They got a few civilizations available to them. They just never got up to that. Oh, excuse me. And now they're going for the main building. So I will be ending when this game ends. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to, give us a like, subscribe, or just thank you for watching. That's fine too. I'm Owen. You've been watching RTS Casting. And until the next one, be kind to one another, and good game, everybody. Yeah, and I really enjoy those games. And so if you got some, also send them in to me. But that's it. I'm Owen, and I'm out.